Hello, everyone, and welcome to my very first ever YouTube Live. So, I had a class this week on YouTube, and in that class, I found out how YouTube allows for so much more sharing than Facebook does. So, with that in mind, and wanting to get as many people as possible to watch the lives that I'm doing each week, I decided that we would change the Facebook Live to YouTube Live, and I think it will work out better, and I will be able to share them to more places than I could with Facebook. So, the big thing about YouTube is getting subscribers. Just like on Facebook, you want friends, you want fans, you want all that. So YouTube, you need to have that as well. So if you like my YouTube lives, you liked my Facebook lives, and now you want to check out my YouTube lives, please subscribe and please give me a thumbs up. That way I know I'm doing a good job. So today, we're going to talk about where home prices are headed over the next 12 months. Now, that could be an important question. It can be an important question for all of those who are thinking of selling their home, maybe this year, maybe in the next 12 months, but it is important. It is an important question for anyone who has their eyes looking towards selling their home, maybe moving, maybe buying a new home, where home prices are headed or where home values are headed over the next 12 months. So, here we go. As shelter-in-place orders were implemented earlier this year, many questioned whether the shutdown would mean the same thing to the real estate market. So experts, they're always trying to predict something. And not even the experts, professionals, real estate professionals, realtors like me are trying to figure out the best times to tell our clients when to sell, when to buy, et cetera, et cetera. So with the shelter-in-place orders that were put in place because of the coronavirus, there was some fear and there were some questions on whether or not the housing market would be impacted by this. Specifically, there was concern about home values. As you may know, or may not know, you'll know now, home values have been rising for many years now. Would 2020 be the year this appreciation trend would come to a screeching halt? And even worse, would home values start to depreciate, or would they start to fall? So for these questions, always, every year, we look to the forecast models. Original forecast models modeled this uncertainty, and they ranged anywhere from home values gaining 3%, which was from Zelman and Associates, to home values depreciating by more than 6%, and that was CoreLogic. However, lucky, as the year unfolded, it became clear that there would be little negative impact on the housing market. And in reality, the housing market, I believe, is fueling our national economy today. Mark Fleming, the chief economist at First American, recently revealed, quote, "The only major industry to display immunity to the economic impacts of the coronavirus has been the housing market." So another question, have prices continued to appreciate so far this year? And the answer, yes. Last week, the Federal Housing Finance Agency, or FHFA, released its latest home price index. The report showed that home prices actually rose 6.5% from the same time last year. And we're in a pandemic. We're this year in the midst of an economic pandemic, but home prices have actually risen 6.5% from the same time last year. The FHFA also noted that price appreciation accelerated to record levels over the summer, which is when housing just booms. Housing is like wildfire every summer. And they said that, quote, between May and July of 2020, national prices increased by over 2%, which represents the largest 2-month price increase observed since the start of the index in 1991. So, national prices for homes increased by 2%, which is the largest 2-month price increase in history. And history for this index started in 1991. So, another question. What are experts forecasting for home prices going forward? This was the original question. So for that, I get a graph. And it's the graph of all of the projectors, the economists that are projecting what is going to happen over the next 12 months. And these are all projections as of 9/1. So September 1 of this year. So September 1 until September 1 of next year. Zellman, who had a 6% price increase originally, has reduced just a bit to 5.9. Zillow shows a 4.8% home price increase. Fannie Mae says 4.4. The National Association of Realtors says 4.3. HPES says 3.7. MBA 3.4. And CoreLogic, which at the beginning of the year was saying that prices would decrease 6%, is showing an increase of 0.6%. So, what does this mean? The bottom line is this. The numbers show that home values have weathered the storm of the pandemic. If you are looking to sell your home because of these high prices, maybe you need to upsize your home, maybe you need to downsize your home, then we need to connect, and you can find my information in the description for this video and for every video that I'll be doing in the future. Get a hold of me and let's sit down and look at what your home is worth, what you need to make or what you need to profit in order for you to want to move, and where the best marketing for you will be. So, this brings me to my next topic. And I only gave you one topic, but as a special bonus, because this is my first ever YouTube Live, I want to go ahead and give you a bonus topic. Why selling this fall may be your best move. So there are 4 reasons, probably a lot more than 4 reasons. I could probably come up with at least 10 reasons why selling right now is a good idea. But I digress. 4 reasons why selling this fall may be your best move. Number 1, buyers are actively in the market. You can say that again. Buyers are actively in the market. It is insane, the number of buyers in this market. According to articles that I've been reading, The average listing, the average home on the market today is averaging 3 offers. That's huge. So when you put your home on the market, you can expect on average 3 offers to come in. And here in Kentucky, you get to pick which one you want. Other states, you don't actually get to pick, which is weird to me. But here in Kentucky, you get to pick one of those 3 offers, and your realtor will be there to help you understand each offer and to help you pick the best one. Showing Time, which is a leading real estate showing software and market stat service provider, reported that buyer traffic jumped 60.7% compared to this time last year. That is a huge increase. Americans are moving. I've talked about this before on previous lives and previous things that I've talked about. About 20% of Americans have already moved. They've already moved into a new home. 20%. That is amazing that 20% of people moved already this year. And they're still doing it. And buyer traffic is still huge. It's amazing. It's clear that buyers are ready, willing, and able to purchase, and they are in the market right now. Now, normally, at this time of the year, we would start to see a decrease in buyer traffic, a decrease in buyer demand. We would start to see the decrease in listings because as it starts to get cooler, people imagine that people don't want to go trekking through the snow to go look at their possible dream home. And those looking to sell their previous dream home to you do not want you trekking through their home with your cold, with your snow and dirt and mud covered shoes. Understandable. However, this year may be different. We were impacted by a pandemic. Some of our best real estate market months were impacted by it. So, will that change what our fall looks like? It very well may. In many regions of the country, multiple buyers are entering bidding wars. You want a bidding war if you are selling your house. If you're buying a house, you do not want a bidding war, but that's what's happening. Take advantage of the buyer activity currently in the market so you can sell your house in the most favorable terms. That's just one reason. That's a big reason right there. There's people out there wanting to buy your house right now. It's getting cold, but people still want to buy it. Number 2, there are not enough homes for sale. That is a biggie. Our inventory here in the Louisville, Lexington area is 1.42 months. A stable market is 6 months. So we want to see 6 months worth of inventory. We currently have 1.42 months. Not even 2 months. Not even 1.5 months. We have 1.42 months. What needs to happen is we need to see a large increase in the amount of homes for sale. That is being worked on by home builders. Home builders right now are trying to build as many homes as possible because they see that they may sell. Their home buyer confidence is really high right now, which is great. According to an existing home sales report from the National Association of Realtors, there were only 1.49 million units available for sale. 1.49 million, and that's nationwide. That number was down 18.6% from 1 year ago. This means in the majority of the country, there are not enough homes for sale to satisfy the number of buyers. That's what's happening here in the Louisville, Lexington area. Due to the health crisis, many homeowners were reluctant to list their homes earlier this year. That will change as the economy continues to recover. But again, normally we see listings drop off as we go into winter anyway. Will that change this year? We'll have to wait and find out. The choices buyers have will increase going into the new year. That's for sure. Don't wait until additional sellers come to the market before you decide to make your move. That is true too. You want, as a seller, as a home seller, you want to have a lot of buyers out there eyeballing your home, looking at your home, seeing your home, wanting your home. The adverse of that is you do not want a whole bunch of sellers. If a buyer is out with their agent and they're going through a neighborhood and your house is for sale and your neighbor's house is for sale and their neighbor's house is for sale and the house across the street's for sale and the house down the street is for sale, then you have more competition. That also means that you have to compete more steadily with your price. You may get a lower price because the agent for the neighbor down the street put that house for sale for a little bit less. And as our economy works, there's a word for it that's slipping my mind right now. But if your neighbor's house is similar to your house, the two are comparable, then the price should be about the same. Or the prices will be equal. So that's something to take into account. Number 3, the process is going quickly. Today's ultra-competitive environment has forced buyers to do all they can to stand out from the crowd, including getting pre-approved for their mortgage financing. This means the entire selling process is much faster and simpler as buyers know exactly what they can afford before they go shopping for a home. According to the latest origination insights from Ellie Mae, the time needed to close a loan is just 49 days. Wow. Wow. My first ever closing took about 75 days, and I think my second closing took almost 90 days to get done. That's a lot of time. It's 2 to 3 months versus a month and a half. Amazing. Number 4, there may never be a more important time to move. Think about it. You have likely spent much of the last 6 months in your home. Perhaps you now realize how small it is. Trust me, I do. You need more space. If you are working from home, your children are doing virtual school, or you just need more space, your current floor plan may not work for your family's changing needs or your changing needs. Home builders are beginning to build houses again, so you can choose the exact floor plan to match what your family needs, and you can make sure the outdoor space is what you want too. Absolutely. Positively. So like I said, those are just 4 reasons why you may want to sell your home this fall. I could come up with probably about 10, but those are 4. The bottom line in all this is the housing market is prime for sellers right now. Let's connect to get the process started this fall. If the timing is right for you and your family, the market is calling your name. So again, in the description for this YouTube Live, I've put all my information. If you have a need, if you have a question, if you would like a home valuation, if you would like to be put on a home search, anything having to do with real estate, I am here for you. So find my information in the description. I thank you for watching this YouTube Live, my first ever YouTube Live. It's about to be shared all over the interweb. I thank you for watching live. Have a great day.